Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, and welcome to the second segment of the Bible, not meant for all to understand. In the first segment of this, we went into different points and about the men of the Lord being perfected through suffering, and about the elect, and other points that were made in the first lesson. Now, this lesson, Lord's will, we're going to focus more on the Bible itself and the things that within the mysteries within the Bible that are not meant to be understood by all. No other nation can understand the Bible except the nation of Israel, and not just the nation of Israel, but those that are part of the elect of the nation of Israel, mainly the teachers, and then the teachers will be able to break it down to others out there that are part of the elect to be sealed. And we're going to start off with a few scriptures to break that down. This is just something that's etched in stone from the book of Isaiah, the 6th chapter, which is nice, because it goes along with this topic, and put down here, not meant for all to understand. So basically, we're gonna get started, and going to the scriptures and break down certain points, because a lot of people out there, the majority of the world has a copy of the Bible. You have atheists out there, even atheists out there, they read the Bible. So the Bible is out there on all levels, in all different languages, but the Bible as a whole is not meant for everybody to understand. So much that this topic is so deep, you even had scoffers come on the comment board on the first segment talking shit, and then you ask them a couple of questions and they don't come back, because it's the truth. The truth is that you're not going to understand the Bible unless Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai opens up your mind. We speak about the kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, which the kingdom of heaven is going to be an actual physical kingdom on the earth, but the actual kingdom of heaven is also the knowledge is part of it, and it goes even deeper than that, but the thing about it is that right now, the knowledge, that's being taught out here, by the prophets and by the apostles, the elders, and the different brothers from the different camps of Great Millstone. This is the actual truth, and this is the thing that's going to lead you to that actual physical kingdom that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai promised, but not everybody's going to be able to get that information and get that knowledge and get that understanding and get that belief and get that faith to be able to be saved. This right here is the book of Mark, the 4th chapter, and the 10th verse. We'll start off there. It says, "And when he was alone," meaning Yahweh Shai, this is after he started speaking the parable of the sower seed. This is a different account of it. It says, "They that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable." They wanted to know what the parable meant. Now these are the disciples. They wanted to know what these parables meant. Now to the masses of the people, he spoke to them in parables. He didn't break it down to them. But this is what he told the disciples. "And he said unto them, Unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables." Why? Because those that are without, they're not going to receive salvation because it wasn't promised to them. But you are prophets, you leaders, you apostles, you elders, you are captains, you officers, and your different brothers that have their different offices. It is meant for you to receive this. It says that seeing they may see and not perceive. See, so although the Messiah was there, Yahweh Shai was there with them, he brought out certain things and brought out certain points. Even though he spoke of it parabolically, he spoke to them about things pertaining to the kingdom and things of that were going on at that time, but they couldn't get it because it wasn't meant for them to get it. It says, "And hearing that they may hear and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven them." So that's the point. When the knowledge enters into your spirit and you understand it and you believe it, then you are actually sealed against, the calamities that are coming, and you are going to be delivered and protected by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, unless the Lord has a plan for you, to through chastisement or whatever the plans of the Lord may be, for you to have to go through those hardships, in order to receive the kingdom. That's reserved for whatever individual the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has it for. But the point is that, when you understand this truth and you believe it, that's part of you being sealed to be delivered. All right, so now we're going to move on to the book of Isaiah, the 6th chapter, and the 5th verse. It says, "Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone." This is the prophet Isaiah speaking, because the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai appeared to him, and he was in awe of it, and he felt bad because he felt that he wasn't worthy to see the Lord, so he felt that the Lord was going to put him to death, basically, because he saw the Lord. And it says, "Because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts." And we were all, at that point, out when we were in the world, but when the Lord brings you into the truth and heals you, then, you turn from being unclean to being clean through the words which Yahweh Shai spoke, unto us, through the prophets and the men that he spoke to us by. It says, "Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which had taken with the tongs from off, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar, and he laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thy iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged." So basically, that was symbolic for, which actually, Isaiah was already clean. He was a prophet from the womb. The Lord had already ordained him, but he didn't feel worthy of it. But the Lord used that to show him that, look, now you're clean, don't worry about it. It says, "Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send?" And that represented, basically the elect, because the elect are going to be delivered. They're going to be they're made clean through the blood of Yahweh Shai. The rest of Israel, the 2/3 of Israel, they're not going to make it out of here. It says, "And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me." Now this is the Heavenly Father speaking, Yahweh speaking, and he's asking who is he going to send, because he has a mission for them. So that this particular angel jumped up and said, "Look, I'll go down there. I'll do the bidding. I'll do it for you," because the scriptures say that the angels love to do the bidding of the Lord. Right? He said, "Go and tell his people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed." So basically, the Most High told this particular angel to go down there and certain Israelites, basically to blind them, so that they can't receive the truth, even though they hear it. They hear the words, they hear the breakdowns, but it doesn't enter into their spirit, because if it was to enter into their spirit and they believed it, the Most High would have to save them. But the Lord don't want that. Why? Because this truth, this knowledge, this understanding of the Bible is not meant for everybody to get. It's only meant for the elect, beginning with the teachers and the prophets and the apostles and the elders, and on down the line. It says, "Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, Until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate." And that's talking about this destruction that's coming. Because all throughout, from the beginning of time, there was always a time period where Israel was blinded. Certain Israelites were blinded. Look at the people that came out of Egypt. They were delivered. They saw the great miracles, but they were blinded. They couldn't see it. It says, and the Lord had removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land, because there's going to be 2/3 of Israel that's going to be cut off. But at the same time, when you're going to have the 2/3 of Israel that's going to be cut off, you're going to have a remnant that's going to make it, and that's going to receive this truth to be delivered. But yet in it shall be a 10th, and it shall return and shall be eaten. So the 10th is talking about the elect. The return part, the word return comes from the Hebrew word shawab, which means to come back, to return, which is the same word as the word convert, shawab, which means to return. So these are the ones that's going to return to the Lord, because the Lord has a remnant, and shall be eaten, meaning they're going to be tried as a teal tree and as an oak, you know, because these trees are strong. These are strong trees, you know, and they'll stand, you know, and they'll go through certain things, but they'll still be able to stand. Whose substance is in them, meaning their memorial, because the word substance goes back to the word memorial when you look it up. Whose memorial or whose substance is in them, when they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance thereof. So the holy seed, you know, which are part of which are the elect, are going to be the memorial that's going to keep this word going, to keep this word strong. All right, so now let's go from there to the book of Isaiah, the 29th chapter and the 9th verse. It says, stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. That's talking about Israel out here. You know, they got all these different type of philosophies, and they're like drunk men staggering back and forth in the streets with all these different philosophies, beginning with Polite and them, and these guys that claim to be Israelites, the GOCC, teaching that bullshit doctrine about mermaids and about all kind of crazy madness that's going on out there, you know. Not to mention General Grievous, which Apostle Elder Tahar calls General Hyena, Nate, and all the rest of them. You know, the list goes on and on and on. It says, for the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and that's why they can't see, because the Lord poured that spirit of deep sleep upon them, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have they covered. So the reason why they can't get this, the reason why they can't push forward with it, is because the Lord put a covering there. He didn't open up and pull back that veil so that they can see what's going on. They can't see the mysteries. You know, it says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed. And that's why they can't get it. Although these mysteries have been broken down, you know, certain mysteries have been broken down by High Priest Ariah, you know, and a great amount of mysteries has been opened up through apostles, Tahar, Gabar, Rakai, and other elders and apostles, you know. But those are the men that broke down the bulk of you know, in the majority of these mysteries and secrets, you know. But these men like Nate and them, they can't get it, you know, and in the 2/3 of Israel, they can't get it. Why? Because it's like, even though you're telling them, their mind is sealed. They can't get it. Why? Because they're not meant to get it. Which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. You know, you got guys like General Gehenna, which Apostle Elder Tahar calls General Hyena. You know, Nate and them. You ask them certain things in the scriptures, they can't get it, and they'll tell you because it's sealed. They can't. They don't know. And if they do try to go into it, they'll wing it because they don't know. You know. So those are the ones that are learned. You know, Farrakhan could be kind of considered somebody that's somewhat learned. You know, but he can't get it. You know, but this is really dealing with guys that are calling themselves Israelites. It says, and the book is delivered unto him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. So you got other guys out there that don't know, and they're not going to even attempt to break it down because they can't, because it's sealed unto them. You know, it's sealed unto the ones that are so-called learned. You know, like even when you go back during the time of Yahushua, the Pharisees and wicked Sadducees and them, they were considered learned, but they couldn't get it because it was sealed to them, because they weren't meant to get this truth. Because the Bible as a whole and the mysteries of the Bible are not meant for everybody to get. I mean, you can learn the history and certain other things of the scriptures, maybe certain things pertaining to certain events that took place in the past, but as far as the mysteries of the Bible are concerned, they're not going to get it. You know, as far as faith is concerned, and as far as things pertaining to salvation, they're not going to get it because it's not meant for them. It says, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. And that's why they can't get it, because their mindset is not on the scriptures itself, it's on what a man told them. You know? And that's why Nate zombies are locked in that spell, you know, because they're listening to this guy and they're trusting in him and hoping that he can confirm these things that are being said, because they look to him as being a leader, and he's not a leader. He's a Judas goat, just like General Yohana, just like the rest of these Rakah from GOCC. All these guys are nothing but hirelings. You know, they're not even real with this, man. You know, all they are about is serving their own belly. They really don't give a damn about the flock. That's why they teach the bullshit that they teach. Because if they really cared about the flock, they would really get down and dirty and really teach about things that are pertaining to salvation, things that are really going on in the world today, things that are really pertinent for salvation, you know. Now we're going to go from there to the book of St. John, chapter 10, and verses 22 to 27. And it says, "And it was at Jerusalem the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. And Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Then came the Jews round about him, and said unto him, How long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be the anointed, tell us plainly." Because no matter how many times he broke it down to them and said it to them, they couldn't get it, because it wasn't meant for them to get it. And that just shows you the importance of, you know, and the blessing that it is to be able to understand the truth that we have, because it's not given to everybody. It doesn't matter how learned a person may be. It doesn't matter how much a person might study. It doesn't matter if they've been to colleges or different programs and different Bible study schools, you know, to help them to so-called learn the knowledge of the Bible. I don't give a damn if they memorize the whole Bible from front to back, back to front. You know, if you don't have the understanding of the scriptures, it's all in vain. It's one thing to quote scriptures, it's another thing to understand it. So these men that were held in high esteem, they were telling, you know, the Messiah, Yahushua, look, you know, how long you gonna make us a doubt? Let us know if you are the anointed or not, you know. But in their mind, they already knew that they already believed that he wasn't the Messiah, but they were trying to find words to trap him up. But the reason why they were doing that was because they were blinded. They were not meant to get this. It says, Yahushua answered them, I told you. See, I already showed you. I already told you, and you believe not. So I'm not going to waste my time to keep telling you the same thing over and over again. I already told you the deal, but you don't believe it. It's not given to you. That's why John the Baptist said, look, bring forth fruits meet for repentance. The works that I do in my Father's name, you hear that, Nate? The works that I do in my Father's name, Yahweh, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because you are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So the only ones that's going to understand this truth is the sheep, are the elect, the ones that the Lord is going to deliver. That's the only ones that's going to receive and understand this truth. This is the book of St. John, same book, the 14th chapter. And I'll start at the 15th verse to the 17th verse, and I'm going to end it with that and come back with another part to this, Lord's will. St. John 14 and 15. If you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he will give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever, which is this truth. This is the comforter, this truth. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive. So the whole world can't receive this truth. Only the elect, only the men that are meant to get it. You know, that's why, as it says here, this is Isaiah 6, and I believe is verse 5. I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. Not meant for all to understand. Not everybody's going to understand this. See, the Bible is sealed to those that are not meant to understand it. So it says, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but you know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. So this is basically a thing of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has to actually come and sup with you, you know, and make your understanding to be fruitful, and continue your understanding to be fruitful in order for you to be delivered and saved. You have to be saved. You have to be part of the elect, you know. And the only way that's going to happen is if you were chosen from the foundation of the earth to be delivered. And that goes for all of us. you know. So with that, I hope you brothers learned something. Until the next time, I say shalom.